You're listening to the Jiu Jitsu Lou podcast, and I'm Lou Temlett. I'm guessing you're having a good day because either you've been on the mats, considering getting on the mats, or maybe you're fresh on the back of a 6-hour open mat. I'm so happy you're here listening or watching this episode. Please don't tap out before the end. When you want to create fun videos and connect to real mat life, start training jiu-jitsu. I'd like to welcome Enea Lapa to my podcast. Hi Enea, how are you?
Hello, good, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. You sound very conservative, you sound very considered, and we should probably reveal that you are BJJ Comedy, just to lay the groundwork for this episode.
Sure. So, yeah, I'm a little bit tired actually because I'm coming from the open mat. Like it was the last open mat of the year for my academy, and we trained a lot. So
Good.
that's why I'm a little bit tired. But
Okay.
thank you, and I'm very happy being in the show today.
You are very welcome. It's an honour to have you here. So anyone that is listening or watching this show, if you haven't already followed BJJ Comedy, you should, and you will have seen Enea's content. But first of all, Enea, I'd like to congratulate you on your recent promotion to black belt. I love the fact that there are so many individuals being promoted to black belt, and we have a kind of fresh cohort of professors coming through. How did it feel?
Feels amazing. It feels unreal because it's been like a long journey.
Yeah.
And when I started, I never had an idea that I'm going to keep doing it.
Okay.
Like I just started to stay in shape. But when I fall in love with the sport, I'm like, there is no chance I'm going to stop this. And receiving the black belt after 8 years of training, it's the best reward that I can get from the sport. And at the same time, it's very humbling because now everybody says that, and it's a little bit like corny, but it's true. It's like a new beginning.
Yeah.
You go to the mats again, and it's like I have so much to learn, and it feels amazing.
Yes. Well, I feel the energy that you're kind of bringing, and I think it's really fresh and it's very exciting that you feel like it's a new beginning. But tell me how you first started training Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and what brought you to the mats in the first place.
So I moved in the United States like 8 years ago from my home, Albania, and I wanted to start a sport or like a martial art just to stay in shape. And a friend of mine back home, he told me about jiu-jitsu, and I said, just gonna give it a try. I went the next day, I searched a BJJ near me, and I found my academy that I'm still now, Excel
Wow.
Jiu-Jitsu in Boynton Beach, Florida. And first day, I thought, okay, this guy, I can beat him up. Yeah. And it was humiliating. It was like, I got choked so many times, and I'm like, there is two possibilities. I'm never going to talk about this day, or I'm going to stick around and learn this art.
Yeah.
And the second happened.
Well, I'm pleased you did. And I'm pleased possibly that you were taught how to tap from that very early stage in your experience.
I tapped so many times, trust me, even now.
I think it's one of those things that, is still incredibly important, no matter how many years you've been training, that, there's always a way out.
Yeah. It's the problem-solving situation of the jiu-jitsu. It's like, you got to find a way. If not, you have to tap and to go back and to see other solutions. Okay, if I do this or if I do that.
Yeah.
And this is how, for my opinion, this is the way how you can get better.
Yeah.
Always being humble and be open to learn.
Yes. Has there ever been a time where you haven't tapped and you have been put to sleep?
Never.
That's good. I'm pleased to hear that. I am the same so far. A recent open mat. Obviously, you've been training for 6 hours today.
Yeah.
The holiday season gives us a massive opportunity to train for much longer because we might not be working. But yeah, I was using my ego and being incredibly stubborn, and I did have to tap, but I left it quite a long time. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I was fine. But
you woke up?
no, I stayed awake. But it's feeling how close you can get to that tap. And
Don't get me wrong, I got until the stars. When you start watching the stars, you're like, oh, you're not supposed to to see those stars.
okay, I haven't got
I
to the
gotta tap.
stars. I haven't got to the stars stage. Is that when you should tap then? Wait for the
Yeah.
stars.
That's the point. Yeah.
Okay. Advice from Enea: wait till you see the stars before you tap. No. um, so, what was the trickiest belt for you? Have you had any challenges where you felt like you could walk away from this art or sport?
Honestly, since I started, I was very determined that I'm gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
And this is what happened pretty much. I had my laybacks. I got an injury. I got injured a couple times. I stayed out for a couple months. But again, I was always there. Even if I was injured, I was going, checking the classes. It was like everybody says, like, jiu-jitsu changed my life. This is what happened to me too. It changed my life in a lot of perspectives. And that's why it wasn't gonna look good on myself to stop it. I was gonna be a quitter, and I don't want to be that. So I'm an active competitor. In my blue belt and purple belt, I was really active. In my brown belt, I got injured my knee, and I was a little bit less in the competitions. But I always gonna be a competitor.
Where do you think that competition spirit comes from? I mean, it sounds like you're incredibly dedicated, but where's the competition bit come from?
Since I started, it was that mentality that, like I said when I started, I can beat this guy, and I figured out that I couldn't, and I had to figure out how to make that possible, how to make that happen. And I started competing, and it was worse than in academy. So I put in myself a couple words that, okay, this is not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And it wasn't easy at all in the beginning, at all. And as I said, my background is only Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I don't have any other sports. Like, it was pretty much my first sport. I wasn't big in sports back in the days. But when I started competing, I was losing a lot. Like, a lot in the beginning. And after I start drilling more, lifting more, like trying my diet, everything, I was putting the bricks in the right positioning. And when I got my first win, it was really good. I felt so good. But at the same time, I didn't celebrate it that much, like to be like, yeah, this is, like, whoa, I win. It was just like, I felt it was, okay, this is the beginning.
Yeah.
this is how it is. Like, this is why I win, to
Yeah.
get the taste of this. Now let's go back and work to
Yeah.
keep doing this. And
That's
that's, yeah, that's why it's always like they say, win or lose
yeah.
is the same. Like, you want, as a competitor, like a lot of my friends, they are competitors, they don't care. We
Yeah.
happy being there.
Yeah. I was interested about you saying about the building blocks. I can almost see, the kind of a structure of, a wall that's not quite complete, and we're still building up our framework and all of the components that make our whole game more complete. And maybe it's never going to be fully complete, because that's the journey of jiu-jitsu. You mentioned a number of perspectives in your life that had been improved, or kind of benefited from training jiu-jitsu. Tell me a bit more about that.
So when I started jiu-jitsu, I wasn't in my best shape ever. I was only 26 years old, and I wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
I was waking up in the morning and my back hurt. I wasn't feeling good, and I was gaining weight. And starting jiu-jitsu, it changed my whole life pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
I got in better shape. I got healthier. Your mind is more clear, and you create a friendship within the mats that are like stronger than
Yeah.
any other friendships. Like, all my friends that I have from the academy, we are like brothers. Like, I can call any of them 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, and they're gonna
Yeah.
be okay. Where are you? What are we gonna do? And this translates to all the hard work and the struggle that we go through this journey of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like, especially the group that we're competing, how many times we went back from a competition empty-handed,
Yeah.
like a word being said in the car, just like driving, like nobody says a word, but at the same time, it's a life lesson.
Yeah.
And this, like we said, like translates to every other problems in our life. It's like, you can't just leave a problem build up. You
Yeah.
should face it. You should, okay, I'm in a bad situation this time.
Yeah.
I can't just let it be like this. I should keep working on it. I should face it.
Yeah. I love the energy and the intent behind it all, and I think a number of us, maybe all of us listening, have friends at jiu-jitsu, and they've become our lifelong friends that would always be there should we need
Correct.
any help. Which we can have work friends, we can have family, but actually, would any of them show up in a way that our jiu-jitsu friends would? Maybe not.
We don't know. But
I don't. The
they,
feeling is that they may or they might not, but actually, there's that level of trust with jiu-jitsu friends, I think.
yeah, yeah, we we trust our lives. They can get a grip, and if we don't, like we said before, if we don't tap, you
Yeah,
pass out. So
yeah.
we trust them a lot.
Okay, it's all built on trust. We don't want
Yeah.
anyone going beyond the stars right now. um, Enea, tell me about your BJJ comedy and where that began.
So BJJ Comedy started like very spontaneously. Like, one day, a friend of mine told me, "You should do that trend." It was a trend on TikTok, and I'm like, "I don't do those things." And it was like, "Try it. You're funny." And I'm like, "Am I funny?" And it's like, "Yeah, you're funny." All right. And I did the first video, and I was very skeptical. Like, should I post it? Should not? Because
Yeah.
at the same time, I wanted to keep my profile as a competitor, as a martial artist. I posted, and I got a lot of feedbacks. Like everybody liked it, everybody was laughing. Was like, yeah, man, this is really funny. But the point of the comedy about those videos is every single video it's a inside joke about our community,
Yeah.
and that makes it more interesting. Like a jiu-jitsu guy, a jiu-jitsu the jiu-jitsu community, they're gonna know about it. They're gonna be like, I've been in this situation.
Yeah.
I know how it feels.
Yeah. I think if you've seen any of Enea's content, you will relate to the stories, the scenarios, and the experiences. Is there anything that's kind of stood out for you in the content that you've created so far?
Actually, it was the period that I was so ready to delete the page, and I was like, I'm gonna post this video. And it was the video that I say, are you ugly? You lacking of confidence? Start jiu-jitsu. You might feel better, but I can't fix the ugly part. And I just I just did that just to do another video.
Yeah.
And then that video went viral. Everybody liked it. Everybody started commenting, it was like, dude, that's really funny. And it was that time that I was like, I'm gonna post this and I'm just gonna delete it. I don't wanna deal with this anymore. But after that video, I'm like, I can't stop now. I have to keep up, like. And I start with a jiu-jitsu facts, and it was like really like people, they were finding themselves in those facts.
Yeah.
It was like, don't wash your belt. It was like, oh yeah, you lose your skills. So
and of course you should wash your belt, please. Okay, are you a wash your belt or do you not wash your belt, Enea?
Okay, this is a good topic. So if I leave my belt inside my gi and it's sweaty, of course I'm gonna wash it.
Yeah.
If not, I don't wash it. I'm old school. I'm sorry.
Okay, we've cleared that point up. That's fine. I get your logic. There is logic there. It's okay.
Okay, if I smell it, if it's gonna be like smelly, of course I'm gonna wash it. If it's gonna be, in a point that is gonna be disturbing, okay, I'm sorry, skills. I gotta let you go. So.
And then you've got to start again as a white belt.
I have to start again.
I have heard that if you don't wash your white belt, it will turn into a black belt at some point.
That's correct.
This episode is sponsored by BJJ Comedy, real life, genuine, realistic jiu-jitsu comedy across Instagram. The mission of BJJ Comedy is to bring the humour from the mats to our screens, or maybe the tears of joy and pain from the car or couch. Follow at BJJ Comedy. To order your Go Train Jiu-Jitsu Porha t-shirt, DM or email bjjcomedy@gmail.com. This is the Jiu-Jitsu Lou podcast with me, Lou Temlett, coming to you from the UK. Go and check out the latest video clips over on jiu.jitsu.lu on Instagram. And as you're listening or watching on your favourite podcast platform, I'd really appreciate you dropping the show a rating and a review. Today, I'm having a conversation with Enea Lapa. Enea, thank you for telling me about the... obviously not washing your belt and keeping your superpowers of jiu-jitsu. You mentioned about the ugly kind of video and that people resonated with that. And I would kind of echo that. It does echo massively. Not that we all think we're ugly, but actually there's a level and an understanding that it doesn't matter how we show up to jiu-jitsu. We are just showing up. So I think, I would wholeheartedly agree with that you turn up as you are.
So I posted that video and I knew some people they not gonna like it, but at the same time, every single person on the mats, we are equal, all of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the background, like to bring it more like in the understanding of the video, like the meaning of the video, pretty much. I could say like
Yeah.
ugly or non-confident of anything of this, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like they say, the mats, they don't lie. We are all equal.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, we're gonna learn the same skills, and you can't fake anything there.
Yeah.
You can't fake. So that's
Yeah.
why I didn't mind posting anything, and that's why I don't like. I don't mind posting anything of this. Like bringing up things, because I
Yeah.
live in this way. Like we are all equal. I don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's, lots of different cultures, and probably not so much, honestly, the Western culture kind of living as all equals. Certainly in Eastern cultures, and my experience working in Japan and lots of other
Mm-hmm.
kind of Eastern places, that it very much is everyone looks the same, dresses the same. We can come from any background, but we are the same when we get to the mats. And I think that's
Correct.
something really special to take away from jiu-jitsu. It's a wonderful leveler and kind of supporter as well, in lots of life lessons.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing that I really like in most of the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu academies, it's like the idea of respect,
Yeah.
of the pretty much like invisible hierarchy. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mention it like hierarchy, like, oh yeah, you are higher belt,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bow. No, it's just the idea of one person might know a little bit better than you, and what you can do from that, you can get this knowledge
Yeah.
from the other person, and it's not gonna be like, he he just like showing off. No,
Yeah.
it's knowledge. For example, I I grew up in jiu-jitsu through this. Like we say, that's why we have only one mouth and two ears.
Yeah.
Like we should listen more sometimes. Like the question. Like we asking questions, but we have to listen what they have to tell us,
Yeah.
and this is how you learn more.
Yeah. Absolutely, I agree. And it's not just listening with our ears as well, either. It's listening with our bodies and how we all kind of interact and,
Yeah,
play different moves. A lot of listening, a lot of listening to go on.
a lot.
Tell me about your referee journey, because you have more recently than you started become a referee. How many years have you been reffing now?
Uh, Around a year now,
Okay. And
a
how
little
have
bit
you
more than
found?
a year.
What was the intent behind becoming a referee? And is that what you call them? Is that what you are? Is that right?
Referee, yeah, referee.
Okay. Um, what was the intent, and how is your journey going with that level of learning?
So being a referee, it's pretty much uh, within the culture of jiu-jitsu, of the community. It's like
Yeah.
being a referee, you understand better the rules.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's really cool because I'm watching jiu-jitsu all day, and it's a
Yeah.
job. So when I started, it was a little bit difficult because of the not only because of the rule set. You can learn all the rules, but at the same time, if you don't practice
Yeah.
to to referee, it's a little bit challenging. I love it. It's really fun, but connect so good with with my page, with my BJJ Comedy,
Okay,
because
tell me
I,
more.
being a referee, you see everything. You see, excuse me, you see the coach is getting angry. You see the white belts heel hooking on gi. You see a lot of things, and this is a lot of material for me. I catch myself, like smiling. I'm like, you're gonna be in my next video. It's a lot of fun.
And you
It's
get paid for it as well.
yeah, yeah, and I love it. So far, I really like it.
And is that mostly reffing in the US, or does that take you further afield?
I'm trying to do locally. I'm in South Florida, so I'm trying to
Yeah,
do the competitions we have around here.
yeah,
So it's easier for me for the travel.
yeah. Good. And do you have any, future ambition to travel being a referee, or are you staying firmly in the US boundaries?
So for this year, I think I'm gonna be more active traveling, and refereeing is gonna be more fun, and I'm gonna try to be more active competing too, so I can do both at
Wow.
the same time.
Wow. Does that mean competing and reffing in the same event, or kind of juggling life, or do you have to keep it quite
Same
separate?
same events is gonna be fun.
It sounds very exciting. Um,
Yes.
what else is coming up for you in 2025?
Uh, Next year, like, I'm gonna try to focus a lot in studying more. Uh, I'm teaching at the academy.
Yeah,
I'm doing the adult classes in the morning, and I'm gonna try to give more in those classes and grow as a black belt now, because
yeah,
especially in competition, I don't think it's gonna be easy.
yes. What do you think your biggest challenge is going to be competing at black belts?
So now, as a black belt and master 2 this year, I'm gonna face a lot of the legends of the sport.
Yeah,
So I'm really excited for that. I can't wait. So it's gonna be challenging, but at the same
yeah,
time, it's gonna be really good for me to grow as an athlete.
yeah,
It's gonna be a lot of homework, but I'm ready for that.
yeah. It sounds like you're going to have an incredible year, and hopefully more content for BJJ Comedy.
For sure.
What are you working on now? And what's the process for you? Kind of coming, from the idea, from the concept. What's your process?
I start doing a couple vlogs, which was funny,
Yeah,
and I never done this. I never done those before, and it was challenging because I was forgetting to do the videos through the day, and but it worked well. It worked well, and also, like I said, I'm trying to do content from the competitions, from the daily life on the mats, and it's a little bit like I can control it. It's when it's gonna come.
yeah.
Sometimes I'm without ideas.
So, if anyone were wanting to create content for jiu-jitsu, maybe along the lines or different lines to BJJ Comedy, what advice would you give a content creator, apart from not to do the stuff that you do?
I'm gonna say what to do is to stay realistic, like to be genuine. because
Yeah.
we have so much thing going on in jiu-jitsu as a new sport, and it's a lot of material for a lot of content. So
Yeah.
stay genuine. This is what I'm trying to do. Some people, they
Yeah.
don't like it, some people they do, but
Yeah.
I like what I do, and
Yeah.
translates really well to the people that I get the feedback, and that was what makes me happy.
Yeah. I think that's incredibly important, that whatever you're producing is making you happy and fulfilling whatever it is that, you know, you're here to exist and serve other people and, you know, help and encourage other people to continue training jiu-jitsu. Enea, how can people follow your journey and your BJJ comedy, should they not already be following?
So I'm in Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok under the name BJJ.comedy. And my
Fantastic.
personal, as a competitor, as a person too, is Enea.lapa.
Fantastic.
BJJ at the end.
We love hearing your journey, and I can't wait to see how you perform at Black Belt over the coming years. I think it will be very exciting. And I just want to thank you for being so honest and humble, and just still ready to learn and develop your skills as a human being and as a, you know, a professor over the coming years. I think it's incredible. Yeah, I'm following your journey avidly, and you do honestly keep me smiling at your content. I was tempted to ask you about pickleball because I've got no idea about it, but maybe I will leave the pickleball comedy to you.
If you don't want to do jiu-jitsu, do pickleball.
Love it.
Or you can do both. You can do both.
There's no time to do both.
No, that's why. Do
No,
jiu-jitsu.
definitely do jiu-jitsu. Thank you so much, and I will
Thank you so much,
keep in
Lou.
touch.
Of
Take
course.
care.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for telling your friends about this show. And as soon as this episode ends, I'd really appreciate you dropping the show a rating and a review. Thanks again for listening. Catch you on the next episode of the Jiu Jitsu Only podcast.